Are we fit then?
Len probably wants to finish this first.
There'll be no pies, then we don't get a flipping move
Not
on.
the sort of job you can leave, is that?
It takes a lot of finesse, does this, you know?
Oh, it all depends on the way you hold your mouth,
I've
doesn't
got a
it?
thin big hole in my stomach.
You got an even bigger hole in your head.
Listen, it's 12 o'clock. I'm entitled to...
It's 5-2.
That's the boss's
That's
watch.
dead right, is that?
A good boss, you're not stuck for 5 minutes.
Will you stop falling out like a couple of kids? I need a steady hand for this, you know.
Ah, come on, we best leave him to
Ah,
it.
come on then, I'm starving.
I'll follow you on then.
Come on, are you coming?
Ah, shut up, you noisy... Must be nice, that, you know. Seeing your name go up over a door.
Well, it's better than seeing it come down.
Ah.
Has Len been in?
Nobody's been in yet.
Oh, I better go and see if he's in the yard.
You're making it last.
Oh, well, I've always been a slow drinker.
Yeah, well, you can't afford to be out else when you're on a pension.
But you can't sit here forever without buying, you see.
And if you can, you've got a brass nerve.
Oh, but it makes you feel so hard-faced.
I know. It's like being at post office when you haven't got price of a stamp.
If I can stick it out, I don't like my fire till turn 3.
Well, how are you off for coal?
Only slack.
Don't look at my coal hole. I think we haven't got more than a shovelful.
Oh, and I do like to see a red fire in the grate.
Yeah. Well, that's me 12 o'clock swallow. Got to wait 10 minutes for it next.
A pie, love, sharpish, eh?
Right. Same here, please,
Oh,
love.
won't be a sec.
What's going on with the boss? You want to get his hands soiled or something?
Boss, he's just the lodger. When Mrs. Walker goes off to her daughter's, it's me she leaves in sole charge.
You want to have a word with your staff, then?
Sir?
Look a bit short of something to do, mate.
Yeah, Squire. Yeah, perhaps I am.
Stan, come here a minute, Chuck. I just want to test your memory.
Fabulous, mate. Have you done much sign writing?
Ah, now and again.
Only you seem to know how to set it out.
It's the spacing that's the trickiest, pal.
Sometimes I wish I got a trade to my name.
Yeah, never know when you're well off, you.
That's one thing about the post office. It's secure.
Keep your nose clean, you never get flirted.
That's just what they say.
You don't get laid off. You were damn near laid off that first day you started when you bumped into me on that red bike.
30 years later. What have I got?
You've survived, haven't you?
Oh, aye, it's just when you see folk getting on, you know.
Oh, I'm glad I've caught you. Oh, hello, Alf.
I've just admiring the name.
Oh, yes, very smart.
Anyway, I'm off for a swift half. Ta-ra, loves.
See you.
Was it suit?
Yeah, very nice. All but 2 words.
What?
Those 2. Sole proprietor.
Well, that's what your fella asked me to do.
Yeah, I dare say it did.
Well, it's a pretty fair description, isn't it? I mean, sole proprietor, that's just about what he is, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Unless he's telling lies.
I'm just about losing patience.
Well, what about me?
Look, we've had all this out. If you can't trust Alan...
Look! He said he got the money from Vine.
That's right, his accountant. I thought you'd accepted that.
Well, Vine telephoned. I took the message. He said he was very sorry, but to tell Alan he couldn't raise the money, not 1 penny.
Well, go and have it out with Alan. Don't come running to me.
Oh, I tried to last night, but I fought shy of it. Look, he couldn't face being found out in another lie.
If you're not going to give Alan the benefit of
will
the
you
doubt...
listen for a
Look,
minute?
no fella's going to put up with a wife who won't believe a blind word he's
Look,
saying.
you've said all this before. We've been all over it. I know what you mean. But it's not the first time he's lied to me, is it? And once you find them out in something like that, well, you don't trust so easily. Oh, Len, it could be the finish of us.
Keep your mouth shut.
I mean, the 3 Wise Monkeys Act.
Could just be business.
Dodgy business.
What other kind is there?
Oh, I don't know. I keep kidding myself that all this smokescreen is just to stop me from worrying.
So you do give Alan a bit of credit, then?
Well, I'm going to have some sleepless nights by the look of things. Len, I couldn't just ask him straight out.
So you want me to do some quizzing? To set your mind at ease?
Ah, Terry.
The bell's not gone, sir. Still playtime.
Yes, I know, but I'd like to have a sort of chat with you, all right? Can you come to the classroom now? Come on. All right, come in, Terry. Take your coat off. And you can sit at your desk if you like. Or on it. Suit yourself. You were late again this morning.
Yes, sir.
And I suppose you'll be late again tomorrow.
I can't help it, sir.
Yes, so the head keeps telling me. I believe you've got quite a lot on at home.
I do me whack, help me mum.
What exactly is your whack?
Take our door into the infants.
Yeah?
Run a few errands.
Go on.
Bit of baby since your mum gets back.
What time is that?
When the shop's closed.
Well, you seem to have your hands pretty full.
Got nothing in me hands, sir.
I mean, you're kept pretty busy.
Am I, sir?
You know, at your age, all your energy should be kept for your schoolwork.
Sir.
And they shouldn't be put to washing up, baby minding, and, for all I know, cooking into the bargain.
Can make tea.
Yes, I'm sure you can. But Terry, you must have noticed that the other lads your age have...
Mum says you have to do me bits at home.
Yes, but perhaps your mother doesn't realise that your schoolwork is suffering.
I like helping.
Okay, Terry, go and hang your coat up and come back as quickly as you can. And, Terry, don't worry. Okay, everybody, come on, settle down then. Quiet. No whistling in class. Now then, this afternoon, I'm going to talk to you about Europe.
It's the electrics. Yes, could be. You know, now I know how you felt when you were down. Well, what do you mean, Billy? Well, I watched Lem Fairclough blacking my name out this morning. Well, it's bounce you need, lad, not just regrets. Regrets? Well, you're entitled to have one or two every now and again. You still no idea what you're going to do? Not definite? You going to stick around for a while? Why not? Expert advice charged by the hour. See you. See you. Hello.
Hello, Squire. He looks a bit lost.
Well, he just had to get rid of a very good business. How do you expect him to look?
Relieved.
Oh, come on.
He's had a few little problems, you know, with Billy on the quiet.
Well, he wasn't very particular where he went for his finance.
And you were.
Good question.
I might need a bit of cover myself one rainy day.
Yes, it's on the cards.
You'll put me in touch.
Sorry, Len, this loan was one-off.
Pity.
Have you ever fixed the sign?
Aye, it's drying. It'll be ready tomorrow.
Len, how have you spelled proprietor?
B-O-S-S.
Alright, quiet! Come on! Come on! Settle down. My goodness me. I'd do the boys' hall versus St. Trinian's. Put a bit of that energy into your work, we might get somewhere. No, I don't want any more of that. How do you spell Barlam? Christine?
B-A-R-L-O-W.
No, you do not. That would be an alcoholic lamb, wouldn't it? Going to the Rover's Return or something like that. If you want to write things like that on the board, learn to spell them properly. All right? Now then, this afternoon, I'm going to talk to you about the common market. Anybody know what the common market is? Anybody know what a market is? Any old market. Christopher?
Place where you buy and sell goods.
Very good. The place where you buy and sell goods. Now, does anybody know of any markets? Any market at all? Sydney?
The black market.
Oh, yes, you ought to join the comedians, aren't you? All right, quite a good question, quite a good answer there. Why is it called the black market?
Because they sell illegal goods.
Very good, because they sell and buy illegal goods, but it's a market nonetheless. Now, what I'm going to talk to you now about is a market between countries. Now, what we're first of all going to do is fill in all the European countries, and then I'm going to talk to you about which ones are going to join the common market. Now, does anybody know what that country is? Oh, very good. Here.
France.
Good. Can anybody spell France? Shirley.
F-R-A-N-C.
F-R-A-N-C-E. Very good. F-R-A-N-C-E. Now, a lot of you have probably heard about your friends going to the Costa Brava. Get a bit of sun, sunny Spain. Have you heard of the Costa Brava? Good. Does anybody know where Spain is? Come and show me, quickly. Well done. Good. That's Spain. All right, we're filling them out very well. Now then, can anybody tell me where Germany is? Oh. Not quite. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, sit down. Now, Germany is split into two halves and have two separate names. Anyone tell me what they're called? Here.
The east and the west.
The east and the west. Very good. So we'll put W for west. Germany. There. Right. Now then. Anybody know any Italian? Know any Italian? Arrivederci? Heard of Arrivederci? Anybody know where Italy is? You do? Well, it won't bother marking it out. It's the big boot, isn't it? Italy. Now listen, what I want you to do now is to copy out this map into your news books, and then what we'll do is fill in the names later on. So start copying the map, and then we'll get the names right after. Well, give him a nudge, will you?
Get up.
Glad you could join us. What time did you get to bed last night, Terry?
Late, sir.
Well, ask your mother for me to pack you up a little earlier in future, okay? Right.
I says to Stan this morning, does the date Feb 2 hold any signification for you, I said.
Dropping an int like?
Oh, I might as well have dropped a flat iron.
And his big toe.
I always send 2 dozen red roses to my missus.
Mine used to buy her own, on high purchase, without telling me.
I wouldn't care, only it's so lowering having to ask.
It's a bit like begging.
And I get a card, and I have to put a cross for each happy year.
It'll give you right as cramp, could that, Mr. Roberts?
Then to cap it all, he goes and puts a year on me
He
age.
put flaming centuries on mine.
It's all very well them flanneling, you know, saying they love you. Words cost nought.
It's better if they say it in diamonds.
I don't ask much.
Oh, just a little token of your husband's undying affection.
That's all I want. And until it's promised, he gets no flaming tea.
Now look, I am going home to light my fire.
Oh,
now, are you coming or not?
Are we going to light mine?
We don't want to light two. I mean, we might just as well share.
Oh, well, I'll follow you on.
Yeah, Tom, where would you bother? I want you to come and help me with blower.
Oh, I use the poker.
Oh, well, that you do, but I sort of straddle mine.
Oh, that's a good way to get your waistcoat set on fire.
Well, look, if we get a good spread of newspaper across shovel, you hold one side of it, I hold t'other, we'll have fire roaring up chimney in no time.
Well, can Bobby come too?
Aye, so long as he doesn't want to curl up on my best chair.
Oh, I'll get a stomach upset if I drink all this lot too quick.
Well, I'll tell you what. Put it back in bottle and we'll take it with us, and then we'll put a red hot poker in, eh? Hey, go on, give it here.
He wouldn't let on?
When Alan Hart holds his cards close to his chest, I can
And
tell.
I don't like peeping over his shoulder.
Len, I can't go asking around. It'll only get back to him.
I keep telling you, love, I'm not a private detective.
Large scotch, please, Betty. You got yours?
Yes.
I was just telling Elsie here about that big new sign of yours.
Yes, tomorrow's the day. We nail it up over the door.
Can I cut the tape?
Darling, you cut the tape for a motorway. If you're opening a small garage, you split a bottle of brown ale. Hey, hello. I've had no tea.
I'm not talking to you.
Why not?
You know very well why not.
Well, it's your birthday.
I bet that Greek fella wouldn't.
What Greek fella?
Him what owns all them ships. I bet he wouldn't forget Jackie Thingy's birthday. He'd have had a whisk off all round the world.
Well, I could ask for the day off, mate.
He'd have had the date in red ink wrote right across his heart.
We could go somewhere posh.
He'd... Eh?
Yeah, we could go anywhere, couldn't we?
Ah, Stan, do you mean it?
Why not? Yes, we'll go anywhere.
Mind those windows, will you, lad?
Sorry, Mr. Perkins.
What is it, mate? You're an early bird.
My mum's taking our Doreen.
Ah, she indeed. On the flag off.
What time did you grow up, love?
Want to finish these pots?
Only I've had no breakfast. I'm famished.
Hard luck.
Oh, surely you could rustle
When
us up a
did
bit.
your last servant die off?
Excuse me. Thank you.
What about you, Hilda? How you fixed?
Hey, come on, lay off Hilda. She's a married woman.
All I want's a fried egg.
All right, name your price then.
What time does Betty get in?
She got there Cyril in bed
Pardon?
with the flu.
You know, I knew a fellow once who limped round for 3 weeks with a stone in his shoe because he was too tired to take it off.
Ah. Well, if you're not too tired to give me a hand with these pots, I'll cook your breakfast for you. How's that?
That's exactly how I put it to my Stan, tit for tat. Well, no fond remembrances. Now it's on table.
The mind boggles.
Women.
Mind you, he's not all cupboard loving, Stan, you know. I'd have been content with just a card, complete with all the proper sentiments, of course, but... Ah, bless him, he's done me proud. Promised me a day trip.
Only promise. That sounds a bit dicey.
Oh, no, he's usually as good as his word, is Stan.
Have you picked your spot then, Hilda?
No, I've just been going through the alphabet. I was up to the M's.
Manchester.
Margate.
Middlesbrough.
Markham.
On a cheap day return. Hey, what's the betting you end up at the Dogs?
Oh, no, 'cause it's me treat, you see. We go wherever I fancy.
I did hear Stan mention something about a pie-eating match.
Oh, yeah. In backyard of a pub just outside Wigan.
Ah, you're having me on.
I tell you what, Hilda, come the morning, he'll say, let's go to the wrestling.
No, I don't think so, 'cause he give in with such a good grace.
Ah, but he could be shamming submission. I mean, you watch out, you relax your hold and wallop, he'll have you flat on your back with your legs in the air.
Oh, will he? Just have to see about that.
Well, what about them ham and eggs, precious?
Here. No pots, no porridge. Get an arm lock on that.
I'd like to get an arm lock on you.
Give it then, Stan.
Right, yeah.
Not that, you... Fetch the fixings.
Oh, all right.
Expect you'll have some ladders down there, won't it?
If not, we can climb on Stanley's back.
Oh, bog off.
Come on, you.
All right, I'm coming. Stop giving
I see you've brought the ale then.
Tradition, isn't it? Something's born, you wet his head.
Are you walking down then?
Len, are there any news?
Leave it, Elsie, why don't you?
Oh, I wish I could.
What does it matter? He needed some money fast. And so he couldn't afford to be choosy, could he?
And that's why I'm worried sick.
For what it's worth, I found out 2 things.
Hello there. You ready for the opening?
Aye.
How's it going, Squire?
Ah, you finally got my message.
Thank you.
It's just that one of these parent-teacher affairs is coming up.
Oh, yes, we didn't have those at the Tech.
Exactly, and bearing in mind your remarks about the school gates and so on.
Oh, you mean about responsibility not ending there?
Well, as you know, it does exist to bring about the sort of contacts you had in mind.
Yes, the only trouble is that the concerned parents are usually the ones inclined to dominate.
No, that's a pity because it's really the other kind. Oh, by the way,
I noticed that Bates was at school on time this morning.
Yes, it gave me quite a shock when I checked the register this
You
morning.
spoke to him, apparently.
I had a word or two yesterday.
Well, something must have penetrated.
Yes, I said something to the effect of early to bed and early to rise.
Seems to have worked, anyway.
Does?
That shows, lad, that there are more than one way of skinning a cat.
Well...
And what's so heartening is that it demonstrates that your basic thinking on this matter is apparently pretty close to my own.
When's it going up, then?
Well, the sooner the better.
Shall I chuck this at it and say something about all who's sailing her?
Well, it won't be a big job, will it?
No, it'll only take a couple of seconds when we finish the sail.
Right, dinner time.
Oh, Union Rose.
Hey, Stan's all right. He's only got one union, and that's his own. Got a lad working outside there. He's got a royal flush of union cards. Everything from the weavers and dyers down to the National Union of Seamen.
What's it like at the post office?
Do you want thumping? I suppose it's different when you're your own boss.
Aye, better than having gaffers on your flipping back.
I'm talking about back,
Oh,
Stanley.
have you got any ladders anywhere, Alan?
Oh, no.
Anyway, it cuts both ways, and I've got to get back, so all the very best for success with your business. And you give us the wire, won't you, when you start issuing shares?
Shares? The nearest I'll get the shares is coupons and cigarette packets.
Well, I've done my sums.
Oh, sums aren't my strong point.
No, but even Bugs Bunny knows that one fire burns less coal than two.
Well, I suppose it would be a saving.
Yeah, more than a coal and all.
Only mind you, they do say no hearth's as warm as your own.
Depends what you've got in great.
Now, look, I can't do with it if you come to my house and then start moaning about the drafts.
All right, I'll tell you what, I'll stop them all up for you.
Well, I doubt if Ena'd like it.
And what's he got to do with her? She's got central heating.
Oh, I wouldn't like it without Ena''s blessing.
Now, look, we are not getting wed.
Oh, chance would be a fine thing.
Can I have 2 hot pies to take out, love, please?
Working lunch today, is it?
Oh, isn't Alan coming down?
Well, you know what it's like when he gets his face stuck in the car. Len, could I have a word with you for a minute, please?
Hey, have you asked him yet?
I'll give it a chance.
Look, if we're going on this
Look, I've
trip...
told you we're going.
Not if you don't get the flaming day off, we're not, because my birthday's Wednesday.
Listen, I'll be in there when I get the chance.
Now.
He's talking.
He won't be talking forever. Get him a pint.
I'm skint.
Ooh, you always are. Here, now go on and use your loaf.
It's robbery and corruption, that.
That's right. You're not starting to backslide, are you?
Now that hurts.
Because I know you'd say anything you would just to get your tea.
All right, well, under protest. Can I one myself?
All right, but think on. There's 365 teas in a year.
Listen, love, this is business, you know. You only talk about that at the yard. Doesn't like talking about it in the Rovers.
Stanley, I've set my heart.
All right, trust me, love.
All right, but if you let me down...
Well, we know it wasn't Piggott. We know it wasn't Dave Smith. If it wasn't either of those two, who was it?
Could be Stan Ogden.
Look, if he didn't get the cash from either of those two, who the heck else is important enough to lie about?
Okay, put your books, pens and pencils away. And stand by your desk. All ready? Now then, when I tell you to go, I want you to walk quietly down the corridor, into the hall, and wait there for Miss Pritchard, okay? Right, off you go. And remember, it isn't a race. All right, off you go. Terry, just a minute. Okay.
Should I give the music count?
Yes, well, never mind that for now.
What's the Miss Pritchard always lets me give the
Listen, did you speak to your mother about what I said about going to bed early?
Yeah, and about being a servant now.
And she didn't mind?
She went mad. She said she'd come and see Mr. Perkins about it.